The Director General of the Commission, Lanre Mojola, says that the initiative is part of the government's plan towards the gradual reopening of the economy. Mr. Mojola joins us now. It's great to have you on Newsday today, Mr. Mojola. Tell us more about this Register to Open initiative.
Good afternoon. It's always a pleasure being with you again. The Register to Open initiative is an initiative of the Lagos State government. And it's all about ensuring that social gatherings, social centers open safely. It's an initiative to ensure that safety protocols are in place before these centers open. And when we're referring to these centers, we're referring to event centers, bars, clubs, lounges, spas, anywhere that is termed as a public place where a lot of people go to. So it's an initiative that wants to ensure that going back is absolutely safe. Very strict safety protocols are in place to enable the state government to reduce the spread of this pandemic.
Indeed, and what are the requirements for these social centers to meet before they are deemed fit to reopen? And I'm asking because there are some allegations that some businesses have been told to pay some sum of monies before they can be registered to open. Can you confirm if these businesses have to part away with some sum of money?
These allegations are absolutely false. We've reiterated this, and we'll continue to reiterate that this Register to Open initiative is absolutely free. It's at zero cost to the citizenry, and the process is not cumbersome. It's if you have all the details that you need, within 5 minutes you should be through. It's a pretty simple process where the very basic requirements, things like your name, your business name, the name of your entity, your registration number, the business owner's details, the facility address and telephone numbers, all these are requirements that you need to upload. Thereafter, you then need to include pictures of your facility to show compliance with the safety protocols highlighted by the state government. And once you've gone through that process, you get a unique identification number, and with that unique identification number, the Lagos State Safety Commission within 7 to 14 days will come around, either physically or carry out a virtual assessment of your facility, and then issue you with a provisional safety compliance certificate. So to go back to your question, it's absolutely free. We're also using this medium to tell people in the state that under no circumstance should they give any sums of monies to people that portray to be agents or staff of the Lagos State Safety Commission.
Mr. Mojola, thank you for that clarification. Something else that would be great to clarify. Now, the information that we have is that the Safety Commission is going to go and inspect certain businesses to see and assess their readiness for reopening. However, the Safety Commission hasn't told us when Lagosians can expect for the first set of businesses in those respective sectors to be allowed to reopen. Do you have more information on this?
I didn't quite get your question.
No problem at all, Mr. Mojola. I was saying that the information that we have is that your commission is going to be inspecting businesses to check how ready they are to open. However, there isn't information provided with regards to when we can expect for the first set of course, checked businesses to be allowed to reopen. How many weeks we're looking at for the first set of businesses that have gone through the Register to Open initiative to be allowed to reopen?
Okay, so that reopening date will be stated by the state government. But from our side, our end, once you've completed your assessment, once you've filled out the forms online, and you get your unique identification number, within 7 to 14 days, we will carry out a physical or virtual assessment of your facility and issue you a provisional safety compliance certificate. Now, with that provisional safety compliance certificate, at the date that has been decided by the state government that all these centers can open, then you can open without any issues whatsoever. But I won't be able to, I don't have that detail with me. And in due time, the date that all these social centers can be opened will be announced officially.
Okay, and let's talk about the enforcement of this compliance, because I imagine that there are thousands of these social centers we're talking about, but I cannot imagine that your agency has a commensurate number of staff to ensure this compliance or to go to these businesses. So what has been the challenge, and how do you expect to enforce this compliance?
From the very first day that the pandemic broke out, particularly after the index case in Lagos State, before we went into the first and second lockdown, our commission, working with LASEPA, had been tasked with ensuring and enforcing social distancing across the state. We do this with our staff, with our safety volunteers, with safety ambassadors, a network of safety marshals across the state, and we're still very active. We still get whistleblowers calling us, and we get people going out to check some of these locations. We also work very closely with the Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps, who have boots on ground. They have thousands of people across the state. So we don't work in isolation. We work with all the apparatus of government. However, again, it must be stated that we expect to get a significant number of applicants. As I speak, we've since the platform opened to the general public, we've crossed the 2,000 mark of people that have registered. Not all of them have completed their registration, but again, the enforcement will be continuous over the next few months to ensure compliance. We rely on a lot of people calling us to whistleblow because we need to collectively fight this virus. We're stronger when we work together, and we're calling on the populace, we're calling on the citizenry to escalate any infractions, any anomalies to the Commission or to all the other agencies that are responsible for enforcement.
Certainly we're stronger together. Mr. Lanre Mojola, thank you very much for joining us on Newsday this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of your day.